as a Liverpool manager, there's pressure because you have to compete, first of all. So there's pressure. Secondly, Liverpool, I don't know, don't mistake Liverpool for the likes of Chelsea or Man United, who, we just want to change managers, like, I'm changing my boxers and stuff.
Welcome once again, it's Mesh View Sports. Guys, we are back, and this time we are back and better. My name is Kehinde Olatuja, and I'll be flanked by two amazing guys on this episode. And I'll start first with Habeeb Ajibade. Welcome to the show.
Kehinde, thank you for having me. I mean, it's been an honor to be here.
Absolutely.
Signing of the team. I'm looking forward to get going with you guys.
Absolutely.
To be here,
I mean, another guy on this episode. I mean, people often say we look alike, but I mean, let's see. Taiwo and Olatuja, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for the warm welcome. But first off, congratulations on your debut.
Thank you.
Congrats.
It's a blessing to have you on the show.
Hopefully, he scores a hat-trick on his debut.
Maybe a couple of assists. So, but we're here to grace the show, and it's going to be showtime definitely. So we're locked in, and let's give them a show.
So, guys, talking about debut, new signing, and all, that brings our topic for today.
Yeah.
Arne Slot's summer spending spree. I mean, I come to you, Ajibade, real quick.
All right.
Panic buy or good business?
I think if it's a transfer 10 over 10, I think Liverpool they've just done that.
But some people will argue that it's not a 10 over 10 because Liverpool failed to bring in a high-profile centre half.
I think football this is not Master League. This is not football manager.
That's true.
You understand? So you can't replace every wing at the same time. Now, this is money we are talking about, millions of dollars. So you have to put it on the scale of preference. So this is what you need most, then you go for it. And when you look at them, they had to replace Diego Jota of blessed memory.
True.
They had to replace that on Nunes because, to be sincere, I'm not trying to get anyone get sacked or sold, but he's not the caliber of player that should be leading the line for them. And also,
because he didn't score enough goals.
Of course, and he missed a lot of. That guy would have missed his own wedding.
Come on.
They had a fantastic window. They replaced who needed to be replaced, and then when you talk about the centre backs, you can't. There's no one you are bringing in to replace Virgil van Dijk. Konate is amazing. Then we have Joe Gomez at the same time. So, but the only thing you can tell me is that, okay, maybe Konate has been linked with move to Real Madrid over the past few
months. I think I'll be for next summer.
So I think they still have the winter, then the summer transfer to do that. So it's a 10 over 10 for me.
All right. So, I mean, I come to you, Taiwo.
All right.
I mean, no high-profile centre-half signing for Liverpool. No problem. Is that it?
Yeah, absolutely no problem. I mean, there would have been more problems if Liverpool didn't sign an high-profile, number 9 in the in the form of Alexander Isak. So I think for Liverpool, they can still do with that. Like my colleague rightly said, there is Joe Gomez, and people might actually, forget Liverpool signed, Giovanni.
That's
Palmer,
true. An 18-year-old, right?
Amazing player, amazing player. He's 18, but he looks so mature for his age.
Absolutely.
So no problem with that. I think on Konate's day, definitely, I do not see, Maguire, starting ahead of him. Of course, we know Virgil van Dijk is undisputed,
right.
So, but if Konate is on his day, definitely he starts all game except for little injuries and stuff. But there's Joe Gomez, who is the longest serving servant at Liverpool. So why not? I think it's a great one for Liverpool in that back line.
A very good squad.
He is. But guys, we're still discussing, Arne Slot's summer spending.
Of course.
Over £400 million. Trust me, guys, it is not our money, it's Liverpool money. But I mean, Taiwo, would you say, because in his first season, I mean, Arne Slot as the head coach of Liverpool, FSG, the Liverpool owners didn't back him. They only signed Chiesa for some little amount of money. Second season, would you say Liverpool's owner said, okay, you know what, guys, this guy has won us the English Premier League title. Okay. He took us to the Carabao Cup final. This is our manager. Let's trust him. Let's back him. Over £400 million. What do you think, Taiwo?
All right. So the first thing I would like to clarify is that FSG has always backed any Liverpool manager since they came in. Of course, when they came in...
But some will argue they didn't back Jurgen Klopp. Is that correct?
Yeah, they backed Jurgen Klopp. But Jurgen Klopp, at the point that, they took over Liverpool for a long period of time, they had to balance the club financially.
True.
Of course.
Hence the reason why when you look at financial status of different clubs, you see that Liverpool are doing
healthy.
Well.
Yes.
And that is why they can actually, punch the cylinders right now without and still being PSR compliant. So for Liverpool, yes, people can say whatever they want to say, but Liverpool have spent money. Throw back to 2017, 2016, 2018, where they have to go big. Liverpool go big when they have to go big. FSG, that's how they work and that's how they operate.
Suarez money.
With Coutinho's money. I mean, some people want to tell us they are still spending Coutinho's money.
Yes, of course, they're still spending Coutinho's money. But let's be frank. They spent really well.
Absolutely.
Of course, they spent really well. When Arne Slot came in, it was a case of a personal decision where he said, look, this is a quality team right here. You know, Jurgen Klopp has left a quality team. I want to work with this team for a year.
Of course.
He wasn't looking to change anything. And that was why they had to bring in just KSR for 30 million euros or thereabout.
Okay.
But when they've gone on to now win the title, make a lot of money, but they got knocked out at the round of 16 in the Champions League. That is not Liverpool's way.
Yes.
Okay. So it was only, I feel like if I was the owner of the club, and I'm pretty sure maybe John W. Henry, the president, thought the same, and it's like, okay, let us actually improve the scene. Some players were going to leave, key players like Luis Diaz that we saw, left to Bayern Munich and the likes. So it's only right for them to, rebuild the team. And mind you, there was this comment Arne Slot made. I was about to say Jurgen Klopp. I mean, I miss him, but he made a comment during, I think, almost towards the end of the season, and he said something about Manchester City spending over £200 million in the winter transfer, and it was like, in this league, you have to not just be competitive on the pitch, you have to also be competitive, with off the pitch, and that's with the transfers, with the
directors, the structure of the team, yes.
So Liverpool are really blessed in that regard.
Absolutely.
So it was only clear. If anyone said they were surprised, maybe the person is not just a tough Liverpool fan or a serious Liverpool fan.
Okay.
Every Liverpool fan knew, because Van Dijk has been saying it. Oh, we're gonna have a great summer.
Of course.
We're gonna have Salah.
They saw it coming. Yeah.
So let me tell you. Let me just say this before I drop the mic. Van Dijk and Salah had to sign a new contract for a lot of reasons, and one reason was they promised that
they needed convincing.
True. Actually do well in the transfer market.
That's true.
And they've done well.
And they've done that.
Ajibade, let me put you on the spot real quick. All right. Arne Slot first season as Liverpool head coach, less than 15 million euros spent. He won the Premier League, Carabao Cup final, did so well. I mean, Champions League, they failed there, but second season, over £400 million. Do you think Arne Slot is going to crumble under this pressure? Because now there's pressure. I've spent on you. I've given you. I've backed you in the market.
So
do you think
have no excuse?
You have no excuse now? Yeah. Do you think Arne Slot will crumble under this pressure?
To some extent, I think when he was mentioning the fact that the guy did well in the first season, I was like, spending 400 million on someone that actually just came from a Netherlands league just a few years, a couple of months ago, you understand? So it's a huge risk if you ask.
But he proved this wrong first season,
Of course, Conte won something his first season and gets sacked the following season. Do you understand? So
do you see that same scenario with Liverpool?
I see that, like you said, the pressure is now different. Okay, initially they didn't spend anything on you. You have nothing to lose, you understand?
Basically.
And you have a very good squad you met thanks to Jurgen Klopp. That's why you can't forget about him. But at the same time, now there's a lot at stake now. They spent 400 million on you. Then you just have to deliver what they want. And we are not talking about the league now. They've done that. You understand? You have to always aim it higher. You understand? So win us the Champions League or you're out.
No. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to disagree with that. Of course, you said something at first. You said, there was no pressure in the first year. Look, there's no manager who would be replacing the manager in the size of Jurgen Klopp. What he has done for the club, not just for the club, for the community and for the Premier League, that there won't be any pressure. And it's not came into the Liverpool seat with pressure. As a Liverpool manager, there's pressure because you have to compete, first of all. So there's pressure. Secondly, Liverpool, I don't know, don't mistake Liverpool for the likes of Chelsea or Man United, who, we just want to change managers, like, I'm changing my boxers. Like, bro, Liverpool are going to be patient. See, let me tell you something. If he doesn't win any trophy, yes, there's pressure. But if he doesn't win any trophy, maybe the Champions League, like you said, I don't think he's going to get.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. What would you consider? Still on Arne Slot and his spending over 400 million. We have to lay emphasis on that money. What would you consider a failure this season for Arne Slot?
So what I would consider a failure if Liverpool, number one, misses out on the top four. Number one.
Is that a failure?
If they misses out on the top four.
If they miss out on the top four,
that's a complete failure.
Complete
failure. If Liverpool get knocked out in the same position that they got knocked out last year in the UEFA Champions League, it's going to be failure in the European League. Then Liverpool have to show a serious fight in the Premier League. Let me tell you something. The reason why I don't want to say, it's so easy for me to say, if Liverpool don't win a trophy, it's a failure. But let me tell you, out of 20 teams, only one club is going to win the trophy.
Definitely.
And most of the time, it's not all about maybe the firepower you have in your team. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's luck that you have in your team and all of that. So I wouldn't want to say, if Arne Slot doesn't win the Premier League now, it's a failure. But it's only fair for me to say, okay, let's see how Liverpool compete. If Liverpool don't compete, then that's a failure. Number one. But personally, I would want Liverpool to do better than they did last year. Yes, they've spent a lot of money. They're not the first team to spend that kind of money. A lot of teams have spent a lot of money.
Don't mention Manchester United, please.
No, I wasn't going to go there, I promise you. But, let's just see what happens with Liverpool and the squad, yes, there's a lot of pressure. There's always pressure. But when you spend, I know when you spend, the pressure,
it's
takes
different. That's the point.
So
extra. So, but let's see how they compete in the league.
All right. So Ajibade.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to feel like a magician. All right. And trust me, just staring at you, I can see your heart. You have a lot of reservations about this coach, Arne Slot.
Definitely.
Please pour out your heart out, But first of all, give me credit for seeing your heart.
Thank you.
Yes, proceed.
So he made mention that there was no pressure. There was pressure. You understand? But you can't compare that to what David Moyes had to face when he was replacing Alex Ferguson. Do you understand? So Alex Ferguson, to some people, he did well actually, but he left the team in a gutter. You understand? The players were old. The system was not really working.
The situations were different. Yes.
To win the final league that he won. Compared to what Jurgen Klopp actually left, a working system, and we have top quality players. So it is not every manager that gets to have that. He is lucky.
It felt like they gave him on the starter.
Sorry, having a working system, is it just down to the manager?
The previous manager, yes.
No, it's not just down to the structure of the club. That's the top.
Wait. During whose era those structure actually came about?
Who?
The structure that you're talking about.
FSG came in with the structure. When they bought the club.
As a coach, it was the coach.
Brendan Rodgers, he almost won. Forgotten. He almost won the title.
Okay, can we say Jurgen Klopp brought the consistency?
Exactly.
He brought a game model. He brought good players in. But my bro,
exactly.
We'll always give credit to the owners.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are the owner of the club.
Okay.
All right. They say this is how I want the team. This is how I see the team.
Okay.
And they brought in a good manager that will go in the process.
Okay.
So it's the bread and butter. It works.
No. Okay. Let me say something real quick. Okay, you have an idea in your head. You understand?
Yeah.
You have you want to build a house. You understand? Then you want the house to look exactly like this, like that. So now you need a good architecture to do that for you.
True.
And that is what Jurgen
Klopp. Okay.
So who made the decision to make Jurgen Klopp?
No, that's what I said. They made the plan out. They sold the project to Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp, being the architect, came in and then did the job.
Into life.
Yes, and he built the house well.
That's why the likes of Arne Slot.
But you seem not to rate that coach, Arne Slot. You think?
I don't, because I have an experience with.
Do you agree with him, Taiwo?
That came from the same league and actually messed up.
Do you agree with that?
Oh no, I wouldn't. No, I think I understand what he's trying to say to an extent. And what I'll just say is that, maybe because they are borrowed, don't think they are like 20. Of course, I'm not even trying to say Arne Slot is a better manager than Eric Chang, but what I'm just saying is that the way Arne Slot has been able to understand the Premier League and the way it works and everything, the way his tactics and his system, I think it's quite better than what Eric Chang did.
I'm going to give him his flower for that. You understand? He tried actually, yeah.
All right, guys. It's been a big day in the studio. Discussing Arne Slot's summer spending spree. Quick question, guys, before we end this one. To you, Ajibade.
Yeah.
What's the bare minimum for Arne Slot this season?
Win the Champions League or you get the hell out.
Wow.
He won't get the hell out. He won't get the sack. Okay. He's not mine.
Let me ask Taiwo. I love your response, Ajibade. So Taiwo, let me ask you your own question.
Liverpool, okay. Something just say at Liverpool, they don't do things like you have to win this. No.
Okay.
Liverpool we're all about the progress. Progress, success.
All right.
That's what happened with
all right. That is why you went 10 years without winning anything. So what are we talking about?
What 10 years without winning anything?
The league.
No, it's 30 years.
30 years.
Yes,
I knew. I was just trying to hold it back.
They've gone away.
30 years without winning because we are trying to we don't sack the coach.
How many years have you without winning the Champions League?
Champions League. The last time was 2008 now.
How many years is it now?
I can't remember. I did the calculation.
So the thing is,
all right.
When last Man United win the Champions League?
2008.
Wow. And how many years?
Please, I don't want to do
Don't go there. Don't go there.
The maths, please.
Well,
but for Ajibade, bare minimum this season for Arne Slot is Champions League. Taiwo, what would you consider sackable offense for Arne Slot this season?
If they miss out on the top 4, right?
All right.
Is a sackable offense.
If
they miss out on the top 4.
Or he should be arrested.
Okay. Come on. Okay, missing out on the top 4. What if he missed out on the top 4 and won the Champions League? Is it cool?
Well, still, there are two competitions actually, right? There are two competitions. You can actually win the Champions League and we've seen Chelsea do that where they go on to win the Europa League, and Man United also did the same. the 15th and everything, and they still went to the final. They could have won the Europa League. So, but I don't want to like make it look like, oh, one competition is going to help him for the other competition. We know that we're Liverpool, like we know they're a big club. You have to go all out for all competitions. Show, the balls that you can compete, right?
This is what the team is all about.
That's what I'm saying.
Titles, yeah.
And win titles, yes. So let's see. But for me, I believe that if Liverpool miss out on the top 4, then that's a sackable offense. That's actually wrong.
This season is another new season. I mean, the competitions get better. With the likes of Arsenal and Arteta, going for the big one. We have Chelsea, sneaking in and all of that.
We're actually looking forward to one of the most competitive seasons.
And that's the beauty about the Premier League.
That's every season. We say this every season.
You can't sleep on it.
Yeah, definitely.
And with the other teams making signings, because they've been making a lot of top quality signings, a lot talk about Manchester United, and even though people don't really talk about what they've done, they've signed 2 out of the 5 best attackers last season. Talking about the likes of Matis Cunha and Mbeumo, and then they have Šeško coming from the Bundesliga. You understand? Then you move to Arsenal. They've signed what they've been missing over the years.
The number 9.
You did not.
You speak to every Arsenal fan and they tell you we need a number 9.
Of course, they brought in someone who is different from what they have over the years. Talking about Eze, he's unpredictable, unlike the likes of Saka, then Odegaard. So I think at the same time when you go to Chelsea, they signed Joao Pedro, who has hit the ground running. He didn't even wait for anybody.
He didn't even wait.
Then they have Dilap too. And when you look at Manchester City,
of
they
course,
signed a very good footballer, Tijani from AC Milan. Then also they are looking forward to building, because their last season was really poor by their standard. If we're talking about the likes of Manchester United, it was okay. But for Man City, they built some sort of standard over the years. So it was really, really that bad. So I didn't think it was any other coach, coaching at Manchester United. Do you understand?
All right.
But like I said, we are in for a ride this season.
Absolutely. So what Ajibade has just done right now, he gave us teams and the players they signed. Taiwo.
Yeah.
If I'm going to put you on the spot, I will do that over and over again. Your top 4 prediction for this new season, the Premier League.
Well, talking about putting me on the spot, trust me, I was born ready for that. So,
absolutely.
But without taking off my buyer's outfit.
Yes.
And
as a Liverpool fan,
I think to be honest, I think Arsenal are still the strongest team in the league. Not the best.
All right.
Not the best. Let's get something right. They are not the best. See. It's a different feel when you have a manager who's been there for about 6 years.
Absolutely.
He knows the
stability, the consistency,
and
everything.
He has gone on to buy good players.
Yes.
Let's be very honest. When you play Arsenal, when you see Arsenal play, we know that Arsenal are different from the Arsenal of before. And this is not to take anything away from them. To be honest, yes, they've gone on to repeat second place position. No Arsenal fan won that. Arteta doesn't want that too, but trust me,
that's the progress.
From where they're coming from?
Yes, of course. Let me tell you something. I don't measure progress by the trophies you win.
Okay.
Your number, your position on the league over the years, and you've been doing
I trajectory, right?
I get you, but at the end of the day, you still need the trophies to show for it. When they say put your trophy on
the case of Arteta, you understand, this is the final test. You understand?
Okay. I think we all agree. We all agree.
You either win something this season, and we are not even talking about the Carabao. Win something tangible.
Is it the first time you guys are going to argue on this show?
Of course.
Yeah, we're going to agree.
All right.
So, but let me just wrap it up with, let me just wrap up my top 4 prediction. Like he said, he was going to put me on your spots. So, Arsenal, I think Arsenal number 1. Liverpool, number 2.
All right.
Manchester City, 3. Chelsea, 4.
Okay.
Not me being
Say that again.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea.
All right. So, guys, Taiwo has just made his top 4 predictions. Should we hear from Ajibade? Ajibade, give us.
Well, I am not really feeling too good to say this. But
Why? What is he going to say? What is he going to say?
I'm a proper diehard fan. You understand? I don't wish to see any of this.
Come on.
I've been battling it for how many years?
Yes.
Now?
Don't worry. Your time is coming.
I'm already.
Your test.
On a more serious note, I think I'll go with Liverpool winning the title.
All right.
Then followed by Arsenal. You understand? Second, and we are going for it again. So there we go with Manchester City, even though they should be aiming for something bigger than that. But then I will have I think Chelsea.
So you almost, I saw your mouth. You almost said man.
No, that's not true. You guys are going to disagree again. Guys, you've heard from Taiwo, you've heard from Ajibade, the top 4 predictions. But I come to you and you guys. 2 questions. Arne Slot, do you think he is the man to lead Liverpool after FSG has backed them over or backed him, 400 million pounds. And the second question, what is your top 4 prediction for this season? Remember, Meshview Sports, your game, our lens. Guys, we've come to the end of this amazing show. I mean, it feels great to have, the amazing Ajibade. Of course, there's more to this. There's more. We won't stop here, okay? And now to you, Taiwo, my lookalike as always, right?
Yeah, and you know the way they do it in basketball and stuff, where a player makes his debut and everything. It's like you pour eyes on it.
Oh yes, yes. I mean,
just to welcome him, but I mean, it was really, really great on the show with you, and thank you for bringing the heat as always.
Absolutely, and to you guys watching, don't forget to love yourself, love your neighbor, and love the game. Until we come your way again, salute.